Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Big trade today. Andrés Giménez getting traded to the Toronto Blue Jays. Blake, before we get into your initial thoughts,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it is for Spencer Horwitz though, who Jays fans are pretty fond of. Has mass power potential. He was initially traded to the Guardians, and then the Guardians then flipped him to the Pirates. Not really going to get into that part of the deal. We really want to talk about the All Star involved and Gimenez. But what was your initial reaction to letting go Spencer Horwitz, and then obviously acquiring Gimenez plus Nick Sandlin, who is no slouch that gets added in that bullpen as well.
Yeah, when it first got announced, there was no return, right? It was just Jimenez, just Jimenez. Sandlin wasn't really involved at all. So at first you kind of are scared, like, oh, I hope they didn't trade like too many top prospects. And when I looked at the amount of control, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be like a huge haul of prospects going the other way. And then when I saw it was only Horowitz, I was like, damn, like that's tough. Like I feel like he could have hit 20, 25 bombs potentially next year, getting everyday reps at second base. But I mean, when you peel the layers back in this trade, you get an all-star platinum glove second baseman. He had a down year last year, but they're placing a pretty big bet on Andres Gimenez in this deal. As you can see, he had that 638 OPS, but I mean, you look at his 2022 season, 7.4 win player, almost 300 average. And he had something that the Jays just lack. 30 stolen bases the last couple of years, right? The Jays are very slow. They don't steal many bags, and if you can get him replicating that and his power numbers return as he goes to maybe some more hitter friendly parks, the Fenways, the Oriole Stadium or Camden Yards. You got that short porch in Yankee Stadium, and obviously you got the Rogers Center, and out of some deeper parks and like the Kaufmans and the Comerica's in Detroit. I think that those numbers could go up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he's only 20, he's going into his 26-year-old season. He's
Yeah.
already had he's been a productive player throughout his whole career. I mean, he's an
Hmm.
18 WAR player in 5 seasons now. And yeah, like you said, stealing bags and not striking out.
Hmm.
The Jays once were a team that struck out a ton and have cut that down, so it kind of feels like he does fit the DNA a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, yes, the homers is quite a bit of concern for me, but like you said, going into more hitter friendly ballparks, there is the potential of him getting back to that 2022 form, and if he does, this is going to be a steal for the Blue Jays. Um, One thing that stands out to me looking at this baseball reference page is the amount of games played: 152, 153, 146.
Hmm.
He's a grinder. He's going to be there every single day. You can count on him. He's been healthy. I guess health comes with youth, but
Yep.
we'll see how that pays off as he gets older and if he's able to play this many games. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the past 2 years has been 251, 252 with the batting average there. Um, 297 in 2022 is a big difference. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to see the hits kind of fall a little bit more for that OPS to go up, and obviously then try to hit the ball out of the yard a little bit more as well. So um, all in all, though, I mean, if we're gonna go look at the Jays, they got a lot of work to do. I
Oh
mean, we're
yeah.
this is a team that apparently was all in on Soto. That didn't happen. Uh, Apparently they're all in on Corbin Burns right now. To be determined if that happens. Um, the Yankees just got Max Fried, so taking a page out of their playbook potentially. If we're gonna go look at that pitching, if you go get a Corbin Burns, maybe you can afford to trade a Chris Bassett for a bat.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways for them to get to improve here. Their pitching's already really solid.
Hmm.
It is already really solid. Alek Manoah obviously coming off an injury.
Yep.
Um, they have Yariel Rodriguez still penciled in there, but these top four are really solid options.
Yep.
Bowden Francis came around last year, was really good in those
Hmm.
13 starts he made. But you got 31 out of Bassett, you got 32 out of Barrios, you got 31 out of Gosman. The health has been there. The innings are there. They're getting eaten. I just don't know. They're apparently they're in on Burns. I get it. He's the best arm available, and he's unreal. But how does that with this offense that we're looking at? How does
Yeah.
Corbin Burns take you to that next level?
I mean, their defense is great, their pitching's great, but they don't score many runs. And if their plan is to just win 3-1 ball games all year, that ain't happening. That's hard to do. That's hard to do over and over and over again. This is a great start to the offseason, I guess you could say. By getting Giménez, they brought back Jimmy Garcia today. You add Sandlin to that bullpen as well. This can't be the only move on the offense. You have to go out and get a Santander or reunite with Teoscar Hernandez that they traded a few years back. But what this move did, what trading Horowitz did though, it freed up the DH spot because say what you want about the bat of Horowitz, he wasn't great defensively. It is what it is. He wasn't great. He played a lot at second base, a lot at first base. He also DH'd a lot too. So that frees up the DH spot. Right now it's occupied by Will Wagner. That's probably not going to happen. I hope that's not going to happen. If that happens, that they're going to be in for a long season. But whether that's yeah, like I said, Teoscar, even a Jock Peterson type, if they go out and get a Corbin Burns, that's going to be 30 mil AV plus. That tells me that they have the permission to go way over the luxury tax. Because if you go out and get Corbin Burns, how does that help your offense, right? Like it's you would be having an elite rotation. That doesn't help the offense, and they need about two more bats for sure in this lineup.
I mean, I think they need a lot more than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I mean, we got to see what we get out of Loperfido, right?
yeah.
I mean, that was part of that Kikuchi trade.
I liked Ernie
Uh,
Clement last year, right? Like he showed a little bit like he on a contending
but
team. He's not
brother,
an.
look at the lineup though. We're
No,
looking
I
at it.
know. I
They didn't
get it.
have one guy not named Vladimir Guerrero Jr. that hit 20 homers last year.
I know. I know.
That's in the AL East. That's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. I mean,
I,
and we go to their payroll. They got some work to do here. Like, you gotta trade Bassett. You have to trade him.
I think so.
You
Yeah.
are the Jays are 13 million away from the first luxury tax,
Hmm.
and they need two bats, a backup catcher, bullpen help,
Yeah.
and they're going after Corbin Burns.
I did.
I
Like
mean,
it would be great, but it doesn't make much sense.
I get it. It's Corbin Burns, but like, give me a Santander and a Bregman instead.
Yeah.
And now we're talking. We got Bregman that can bat fifth and Santander that can bat fourth. You got guys that are gonna hit homers.
Yeah.
I mean, you have protection for Vlad. You still haven't signed Vlad Guerrero to an extension.
Yeah. That's a whole. We could do a whole other episode of that
I
on
mean
its own.
that's I mean this team right now. If you're gonna go over the luxury tax, it'll work. If If you're trying to flirt with it, get under it, go over it. Get under it, get over it. Like kind of what they did last year, like getting under it so they don't get hit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. It's
Do you
gonna be
think
tough.
they
And
had
I
that in
mean,
mind
look at this
though?
bench. Look,
Right.
I
The bench
mean,
sucks. The bench
you need
sucks.
depth. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. You can probably that's why they're getting all these young pieces, and hopefully one of them pans out.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at this Blue Jays team, even with the Yankees losing Juan Soto, you still got the O's. I still think the Yankees are probably better than the Blue Jays right now.
Yeah.
I know they're better than the Blue Jays right now because
Yeah.
they have better pitching than the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And that's saying something because the Blue Jays rotation is one of the top in baseball.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know. Andres Giménez, getting back to him, we kind of went off the rails there, but you know, I don't see him batting sixth. I feel like you got to move Bichette and Vlad down, and that's your 1 through 4 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. It's a good start, like you said, but they're gonna have to manipulate that payroll somehow, find ways to cut costs. They already let go of Jordan Romano, so they don't really have a true closer right now. Right now, it's probably Chad Green. Yep,
Yeah.
Chad Green, who was solid for them last year. Top half of this bullpen's looking good. Bottom half,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously Dalton Varshaw's not included in this because he had surgery, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
there's some work to be done.
Yeah, it's and you go back to last year's deadline where they traded all the pending UFAs to get under that luxury tax. Do you think they had that in mind? Like, hey, we're not going to get penalized this upcoming year to maybe increase the payroll like substantially because you're under that luxury tax and you're not going to get taxed twice?
Yeah, potentially, but I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, what I don't want to make this video go too much longer because we can be here all night, but like just seeing like Bassett at 22 million, that's on par with the market right now. So if somebody
Yeah.
trades for him, it's like, hey, you eat four, like
Yeah.
you can probably get some pieces back.
Right.
I mean, I'll use my team for example. I mean, Chris Bassett for Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward's $9 million.
Yeah.
So the Angels really only take like what would that be? A $13 million hit on that, and they get a
Yeah.
starting pitcher, a really solid one. Those are the type of moves that I could see happening. Is like you're trading MLB piece for MLB piece. That's
Yeah.
what the Jays need to do right now, in
Yeah,
my
they're gonna have
opinion.
to get creative for sure, and I hope they go out and get a true DH. Like you got to go and get a Jock Teo or a Santander, and the lineup looks a little better, a little deeper with those two.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. As always, we appreciate you guys for listening and watching. We're over 4,000 subs now. Our goal is 5,000 subs by opening day, so we're on track. Just keep it pushing, keep it moving. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Later.